We live in a world that glorifies instant success. Everywhere you look, there are stories of overnight millionaires, viral stars, and people who seem to rise to the top effortlessly. Social media makes it look like success is fast, glamorous, and easy. But here's the truth nobody likes to talk about. Most people who achieve great things have spent years, even decades, working in silence before anyone noticed. And yet, despite knowing this, most people quit far too early. Why? Because the path feels longer, harder, and lonelier than expected. Let's unpack this step by step. When we first start something new, whether it's a fitness journey, a business, learning a skill, or pursuing a dream, we are full of excitement. Motivation is at its peak. The idea of transformation fuels us. We can almost see the future version of ourselves, and it feels unstoppable. But motivation, by its very nature, fades. It is temporary. The novelty wears off. Then come the obstacles. Maybe the results are slower than you thought. Maybe you face rejection, criticism, or financial pressure. Maybe your progress feels invisible, like you're putting in all the effort, but nothing is changing. This is the critical point where most people throw in the towel. They think, it's not working. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I should just quit. But here's the catch. Success doesn't usually announce itself early. It hides behind consistent effort. It waits until you've proven you're committed. It's like planting a seed. For weeks, maybe months, there's no visible progress above the soil. But beneath the surface, roots are growing, systems are forming, and the foundation for growth is being built. The tragedy is that most people stop watering the seed right before it's about to sprout. Let's take an example from fitness. People join the gym in January, filled with energy and resolutions. For the first few weeks, they're on fire. But after a month or two, when the six-pack hasn't appeared, when the scale barely moves, they quit. What they don't realize is that the real results usually start showing after the consistent foundation is laid, often months later. They gave up right before the turning point. Or think about business. Many entrepreneurs start strong, but when the first 3 or 6 months don't bring big profits, they give up. They assume the market doesn't want what they offer. But most successful businesses take years to find traction. Even companies we admire today, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, all struggled in their early days. Their founders pushed through years of doubt, setbacks, and financial strain before success became visible. Imagine if they had quit in the early chapters. This pattern repeats everywhere. Writers quit after the first rejections. Students quit when the lessons get tough. Dreamers quit when the world doesn't clap for them immediately. And over time, life fills with unfinished projects, abandoned goals, and what-if regrets. So why do most people quit too early? Because they underestimate two things: the time it takes and the discomfort required. Progress is rarely linear. It's messy, filled with ups and downs, moments of doubt, and long stretches of silence where nothing seems to move. And humans are wired to avoid discomfort. We seek pleasure, ease, and certainty. When the journey feels uncertain, our brain tells us to stop. But here's the secret. The people who succeed are not always the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who stay in the game long enough. They outlast the boredom, the rejection, the fear, and the loneliness. They keep showing up when others stop. Think about a marathon. The hardest part isn't the last few meters when the finish line is in sight. The hardest part is the middle stretch, when the excitement of the start is gone and the end feels far away. That's when most people quit. But if you keep moving, step by step, eventually the finish line comes into view. The same applies to your goals. You might be in the middle stretch right now, where you're tired, discouraged, and tempted to quit. But what if you're closer than you think? What if the opportunity you've been waiting for is just one more step away? History is full of examples. Thomas Edison tried thousands of times before inventing a working light bulb. If he quit after the first 100 failures, we might still be living in the dark. J.K. Rowling faced dozens of rejections before Harry Potter was published. If she stopped sending out her manuscript, millions of childhoods, and even Hollywood, would look very different today. The lesson is simple. success rewards persistence. But persistence doesn't mean blindly pushing without reflection. It means adapting, learning, and trying again when others give up. It means having the patience to endure the silent periods when nothing seems to be working, because those are the moments that separate the few who achieve their dreams from the many who quit too soon. So, if you're thinking of giving up right now, pause and ask yourself, are you quitting because it truly isn't right for you? Or are you quitting because it's hard? Those are two very different reasons. One comes from clarity, the other from fear. Don't let fear make your decisions. Remember this: most people quit right before things are about to get good. The breakthrough often lies just beyond the point of maximum frustration. If you walk away too soon, you'll never know how close you were. So hold the line, stay patient, keep watering your seed. Even when progress feels invisible, trust that something is happening beneath the surface. Because most people quit too early, but you don't have to. And if you don't, you may discover that your future was just waiting for you to keep going one more day.